Well, we now want to talk matters to do with the county revenue allocation, and this continues to be an area of focus for different county governments. And I'm now joined by George Ooko, who is the Chief Executive Officer for the Commission on Revenue Allocation. Thank you very much, Mr. Ooko, for making time to speak to us. And we're seeing a lot of spotlight going on the counties when it comes to revenue management. Are you worried that counties are not ensuring this prudent fiscal management?
Good afternoon, Agina, and good afternoon, viewers. Actually, this is done in a different context. The counties have got two sources of revenue. One source is equitable share. That's the share that they get from national revenues. And then another source of revenue is their own source of revenues, what they collect as user fees, levies, and taxes which they're allowed to collect. So counties collect about 12 to 15% of their budgets totally actually is their own revenue that they collect and spend. So we are here with the counties to talk about that part of their revenues, own revenues. And first of all, to put it in context, they've been it's been going quite well. The collections have increased in the last 3 financial years, and actually have substantially increased from where they were in the days of the local authorities. So I think it's important to put that message there, that in respect of collections, the counties are doing well. Now, why we are here in Mombasa is we are talking about automation of collections. We're encouraging all counties to invest in technology, to invest in systems, to allow these that work to be done in a much more automated way. And a number of counties we've heard from yesterday and today, particularly Kiambu County, which is leading in this. They have gone a long way in automating their collections, in automating their process, and actually in pretty soon they're going to go 100% cashless when paying into fees, rates. It'll be non-cash. And Kiambu County 2 years ago they were collecting 800 million. Now it's gone to 2.4 billion. It's grown threefold. They're targeting to increase that to about 5 billion in 2 years. All right. So that, of course, allows them to provide better services, to provide more services to residents, do more things at the hospitals, do more things with agriculture and roads. So the better the collection, the more services that they can provide.
All right. Yeah. And Mr. Oko, looking at counties, they are yet to really ensure proper practices when it comes to accountability and transparency when it comes to matters to do with revenue management. There's a lot of revenue leakage. The Auditor General's report shows that Kenya loses close to a third of its budget to corruption. And how is the state of affairs at the county level?
Actually, I think it's important to separate these things, to separate the revenue collection with expenditure. And let's talk about revenue collection first. So at that level, yes, there could be some leakage, and it is progressively to ensure that the leakages are dealt with, and all that's supposed to be paid in is paid in and properly receipted, and it goes in the consolidated account. So that needs to be dealt with, and the weakness identified, sorted out. Yeah? Now, on the expenditure side, that also needs to be dealt with in terms of value for money, in terms of ensuring that the money goes where it's supposed to go to, in the right areas. Those are separate issues. Yeah? Those are separate issues. But let me say that as CRA, Commission on Revenue Allocation, we've done lots of visits to many counties, and actually physically visited projects. Now, overall, our own assessment is that generally the devolution system has accomplished a lot. There is tremendous progress that is being made. So it's good that we put it in context so that whatever issues there are around expenditure is actually also judged in context. So from our perspective, broadly, there's been tremendous progress in devolution, in projects, in the services. We've seen improvement year on year. We admit that there are shortcomings. And these need to be sorted out. Those reports by the Auditor General is a good start to fix those problems, to identify those weaknesses. But I think it's fair to say that those are not limited to counties. They're also found in other areas of the public system. So the counties have a lot to do to improve, but generally, we think that in the last 3 years, this system has been a great thing for the country. The counties have opened up a lot of services, mashinani, a lot of services in the rural Kenya and in far-flung areas of Kenya.
And lastly, Mr. Oko, county governments have been trying to look at options in terms of boosting revenue collection. And looking at the draft budget policy statement, it's basically, we're seeing an 11% increase in terms of Treasury's allocation to counties. Counties are going to get about 364 billion shillings. But that's just in the draft statement. Perhaps moving forward, what are some of the key initiatives that CRA is taking on to ensure counties can be able to step up revenue collection and there's less pilferage of funds?
Yes, we are working with the counties to improve their revenues. There's one area which is payment of rates. For plots in urban areas. That's an area where there's going to be tremendous improvement by the counties, and the tremendous opportunity, particularly in the large urban counties. Yeah, and this is just about paying what is supposed to be paid, which everybody is paying. First of all, make sure that more people are paying, and also I think it's a lot of them need to do a reevaluation, because a lot of these things were done maybe 20 years ago in terms of the value of plots. So that is going to ensure that. Projections? Take Nairobi, for instance. Nairobi collects about the same amount as they get from the equitable share, 11 billion, thereabout. But we estimate that actually Nairobi can double its own collection if everybody paid what they're supposed to pay. And this is starts from the county of Nairobi. So Nairobi can easily double their collection. It's a lot of they need support in terms of ensuring that people comply, and updating the property valuation roles, and just better systems. Kiambu County has informed us that their next step is they're now partnering with KRA. So they're going to shift collection of rates and rent to KRA. And I think the combined effort of the county and KRA is going to significantly improve collection. So that'll be one to watch. So I must commend Kiambu County amongst the counties. They truly have done a first-class job on revenue collection, and Governor Kabogo needs to be commended for that.
Well, as much as revenue collection has gone up, also corruption has gone up. Many thanks, George Oko, the CEO for the Commission on Revenue Allocation. Thank you for making time to talk to us. And